views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
Are you ready to stop stress, anxiety, and low self-esteem from running your life? Join award-winning author Dr. Friedemann Schaub from Empowerment Radio as he addresses some of the most prevailing challenges in our day-to-day lives. Find out how you can use the power of your mind to overcome self-sabotaging patterns and build a solid foundation of confidence and self-respect. Learn cutting-edge tools and approach every day with great ease, joy, and purpose. This is the time to empower yourself. Now, here's your host, Dr. Friedemann Schaub.
Welcome to Empowerment Radio. It is always such a joy to have this time with all of you, talking about ways for us to empower ourselves, to navigate with greater ease through life, and to also grow and evolve mentally, emotionally, and also spiritually. And my guest today is certainly a person, or the person, that is the most dearest to my heart. And I will introduce her in a moment. But let me ask you, have you ever had an encounter that was so powerful, so breathtaking, awe-inspiring, heart-opening, that it just changed your life for good? Well, I had such an encounter about 18 years ago, and it was at a yoga retreat, and there, in the break, I saw an amazing, beautiful woman who was doing energy healing on one of the participants, who just seemed to become more and more relaxed and just felt more and more blissed out as she was moving her hands across his field. He was sitting in a chair and his head fell down, and she was just totally into it. And I thought, wow, what is she doing? And who is she? And where does she come from? That is amazing. Now, keep in mind, there were 1,600 people there. So somehow she was a very powerful presence that caught my eye. And of course, because I was not necessarily right away going there and asking her name, I made up a story. So I was sure that she was from Bulgaria. Actually, that she was a princess from Bulgaria, because she had this beautiful headdress on and she didn't talk. So because she wasn't talking, I was sure that she could speak English. And so it was just a very beautiful, dreamy vision of her. Until then, we talked. Finally, I got myself up to approaching her and talking. So it turned out she wasn't from Bulgaria. She was actually from Knoxville, Tennessee, which I thought must be the coolest city in the world. I mean, if she's from Knoxville, Tennessee, that must be like the Paris of the US, and which turns out not quite to be like that. But I just got into more and more learning to know her. We talked, we chatted, and fortunately, I got just more and more mesmerized by her presence, where I don't know that she was so into it, because I mainly talked about my work, which was at that time doing experiments on rats, and her being vegetarian, that was not necessarily a great topic to impress her with. But the last day of the yoga camp, the last day, she came up to me out of the crowd, and I knew something special would happen. And I was ready for it, and I was looking at her smiling face and her bright eyes, and she asked me, "Do you know where the showers are?" And I, thank God I knew it. She got the message, gave me a hug, moved on, and for 5 seconds I was her hero. But that hug, that lasted for a whole year. Every Thursday when I did yoga, I was remembering her, thinking of her. I only knew her first name, looking forward to seeing her again a year later. at that yoga camp? Well, the second time around, it went a little bit more smoothly. I was, I guess, a little bit more myself, and we got to really know each other well and became good friends and did yoga together. And at some point, it turned out that she actually liked me a lot. And so she became my wife. And that amazing, beautiful person, Danielle Rama Hoffman, is my guest today. Now, she could be, of course, my guest just because she is an amazing human being, but she is actually today on the show because she has a very special announcement and a very special day today. And she will talk all about it in a moment. But let me just introduce her, the official version. The official version is Danielle Rama Hoffman is an ancient wisdom keeper. She is a scribe, a divine transmitter, a member of the lineage of Thoth, and a leader in the shift into unity consciousness. Now, some of those things you may not really know what they mean, and we can all ask about what that actually is all about. She is the author of The Temples of Light and The Council of Light, two fabulous books, and the creator of Divine Transmissions and Thoth's Magic Academy. She leads retreats in France and offers classes and high-level mentoring online. Danielle is someone that I believe is not only one of the most gifted and talented, but also humble and compassionate teachers and visionaries in this planet. So it is just such a gift to have her today on the show, and an even greater gift, of course, to share my life with her. So hello, Danielle. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you. I feel all flustered and teary-eyed, and wow, it was a beautiful introduction, and I'm so blessed to also be co-creating an amazing life with you and to be with you on your show and witnessing your gifts and talents as well as being with those that are tuning in. So yeah, I'll do my best to talk through the tears that are in my eyes. Thank you for the introduction.
You know, that's nice that I can still make you tear up. That's amazing. Usually it's the onions or something like this, but that's actually a really nice compliment. So thank you for that. Now, Danielle, what is your big announcement?
Yes. Well, for the first time today, I am holding my next book, which is The Tablets of Light, The Teachings of Thoth on Unity Consciousness. So, yeah, that's the big announcement. It was so that feeling of just like waiting and, seeing it digitally, but then actually holding it in my hands. So I have a new baby book.
And the Temples of Light, that is certainly something. No, sorry, the tablets
of light. I know it's a triple scoop of light. I do the same thing.
You do. Okay, so it was first the Temples of Light, then the Council of Light, now the Tablets of Light. Now, what are the Tablets of Light about?
Yes, well, the Tablets of Light are the teachings of Thoth, who is the Egyptian god of infinite wisdom, keeper of the Akashic records, often shown as the ibis or the blue heron, as well as scribe, healing. He's associated with lots of different areas of ascended mastery. And so it's really a book that was transmitted to me from Thoth, and the subject is unity consciousness. And so how we can shift from separation consciousness and living in the paradigm of being separate from ourselves, separate from source, fear and lack and doubt, into unity consciousness of including those slower vibrations into the oneness, so that we're really coming from divine wholeness and from abundance and joy and co-creation. And it's the emerald tablets, as above, so below, as within, so without. So it's also an evolved expression of the emerald tablets from what most people associate it, or an expanded version of the emerald tablets. There's so much energy coming in. I'm tripping.
What are the emerald tablets? Just for many of us don't really know what they are. What are they?
Well, I would start talking about the emerald tablets by talking about the Akashic records. And the Akashic records are an etheric library of consciousness that has everything recorded in it. So all of our souls' incarnations. And one of the ways I like to think about the emerald tablets is that the emerald tablets are like a section of this Akashic records library. And the emerald tablets really are this high vibrational energy that has keys and codes to really be unlocking the memory and the wisdom that we have within ourselves. So as I mentioned, one of the most familiar emerald tablet is as above, so below, as within, so without. And that reflection of wholeness, of whether we go in or out or above or below, is one of the emerald tablets. And that at this time, with the shift in consciousness, the emerald tablets have been opening, and that's also what was scribed in the tablets of light. So some of the emerald tablets in the tablets of light are about the evolution hologram, for example, that we can go into any area of our life to evolve, which I think is a really potent message, because sometimes there can be this compartmentalization to think like, well, this is our spiritual path when we're meditating and when we're in this high vibration, and then this is the another part of life that isn't spiritual, and to really recognize that everything is a hologram of our evolution, that we can go into any part of it to evolve. So that's one example of a tablet of light that's in the Tablets of Light book.
Now, wow. So we are definitely going deeper into that. But if you have any questions after the break, call in 888-418-6890, 888-418-6890, or use the chat box on the Transformation Talk Radio Listen Live webpage. So we will talk more about Thoth, the Tablets of Light, Unity Consciousness, and all that good stuff when we come back.
Gifted intuitive healer and spiritual teacher Sarah Luce brings her unique style to the hit show Small Steps, Big Breakthrough Radio on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Tune in each month as Sarah turns reality on end and shows us how to experience expansive results with simple yet powerful steps. Expect an enlightening bend on what you currently believe is possible. For show details and upcoming topics, visit SarahLuce.com. That's SarahLoos.com.
Tune in to Lucid Planet Radio with Dr. Kelly Neff. This hit show will illuminate your senses and empower you beyond your daily stressors and hardships. Renowned psychologist and author Dr. Kelly will captivate you with far-reaching topics and amazing guests as you wake to the greatest version of yourself. Learn to tap into your intuitions, think critically about our world, heal emotional and psychological wounds, and follow your passions to live your dreams. The Lucid Planet. Welcome home. Visit lucidplanetradio.com for more information.
Calling all moms, it's time to awaken your vibrant, intuitive, loving self in every area of your life. Join host Debbie Pokornik as she shares thoughts, stories, and tools to help you stand in your power. Listen to Vibrant, Powerful Moms helping everyday women create extraordinary lives. Mondays at 2:30 Pacific, 5:30 Eastern. For more information about Debbie, visit empoweringenergy.com. That's empowering with letters NRG.com.
If you're dealing with fear and anxiety, you've probably noticed that the more you fight these emotions, the stronger they seem to get. Dr. Friedemann Schaub, the author of The Fear and Anxiety Solution, explains that instead of suppressing, we need to identify and resolve the deeper subconscious root causes of fear and anxiety. His personal breakthrough program has helped thousands worldwide to overcome their emotional challenges. To learn more, visit thefearandanxietysolution.com and schedule your free consultation with Dr. Schaub now.
Tune in to the hit show Mouthing Off with Chef Rossi. Chef Rossi mouths off about different subjects in pursuit of breaking down walls and opening up your minds. She and Dr. Pat banter back and forth, taking from the headlines of the day on subjects that reach beyond what goes on in the world into your hearts. And go to theragingskillet.com to find out more and let Chef Rossi know what's on your mind.
Did you know that all of the shows on the Transformation Radio Network are available as podcasts to stream or download?
Really?
Check us out. Go to transformationradio.fm. We have business shows, spiritual shows, energy healing shows, and pretty much everything in between. Something for everyone, guaranteed to inspire, educate, and transform. We are transforming the world, one listener at a time.
Welcome back to Empowerment Radio. I am here with the amazingly deep, wise, powerful author, channeler, divine transmitter, Danielle Rama Hoffman, who happened to also be my wife, who just got out her third book, The Tablets of Light. And before the break, we talked about the Akashic records and the Emerald tablets and also Thoth. Now, Danielle, can you explain how this book came to you? Because this is not a Google research or something like this. This is something that is really a unique way of bringing work in. So how did you do that? How did this happen?
Well, it really unfolded from my divine partnership with Thoth or Thoth, Jehudi, Tahuti, Thoth. So there's lots of ways to say his name, and so the way that it came in is like channeling, although I like to call it divinely transmitting or scribing, where I connect with Thoth and really move into the vibration of consciousness, and then the words stream through. And so the way that this particular book came through was that I sat in meditation and then recorded the first chapter about it, and then there was kind of this spurt where there were 2 or 3 of the subjects that came in, and then kind of a dry spell, so to speak, as there was more of my personal evolution and keys and codes that I needed to pick up in order to open and meeting people. And then about a year later, it seemed like it just came in pretty quickly in a month or 2 or something like that. So I think that there's that space in between the space of preparing my whole life for it and then it coming through. So I'm not sure that answered exactly your question, but that's what I would say to begin with.
But why Thoth? I mean, how did you pick him or pick you, or how did that happen?
Well, it really was this evolution from, for example, I went to horseback riding camp when I was 9 years old in Georgia. And the women who were my horseback riding instructors when I was 9, and then also went back summer after summer, ended up also being my Reiki teachers in my early 20s. And at that same camp, I also met Nikki Scully, who works with the Egyptian Pantheon, and went to a workshop on Sekhmet. And that was really my first reintroduction into the Egyptian mysteries and meeting with Thoth, with Thoth, and then I continued studying energy healing and getting transmission into the lineage of Thoth. And as you know, Friedemann, we took many tours to Egypt. So I feel like it's a divine partnership that I've had with Thoth for a long time. Really, my particular energy makeup, my area of divine genius, and probably because there's a synergy between my energy and his, that there's a real fluidness, even though I work with other guides, other beings of light, and there's a real synergy in my connection with Thoth, and then also noticing for others that hang out with him and who are part of divine transmissions, that there really is that focus as well of bringing forth the innovative as well as the ancient wisdom in a way that really supports our daily lives, so that we can be sharing our unique purposes.
Now, I have to say, when I look back, let's say 30 years into my youth, I certainly wasn't familiar with channeling, or I was highly skeptical of what I ever knew about it. And, of course, through the years, I opened up more and more and became more and more also introduced, excited, and a believer in it. But one of the things about Danielle's channeling that is really amazing is that because I know her so well, I can completely see that difference between who she is when she is just Danielle and who she is when she is channeling, let's say, for example, Thoth. I mean, it's not only her energy is shifting, her facial expression is shifting, but the way she's talking is completely different, not just in the, let's say the tonality and things like that, but it's actually the words she's choosing, the wise things she's saying. Not that she is not wise, but that is just going beyond. There are stories and metaphors and things explained that truly are, I believe, out of this world. But it's also at the same time so clear and so profound that, and it comes so quickly through, that you just know this is not created by some kind of a human intellect. This is something that goes beyond it. And this is actually also what I find about your book, Danielle. There's just something in the book that goes beyond just the words, that goes beyond that, maybe understandable, conscious, intellectual context of it or content of it. How would you describe the layers of all of your books, but especially the Tablets of Light?
As an environment, a vibrational environment, and one in which there's the invitation to really be matched, divine to divine, peer to peer, eye to eye. And so as it's a scribed text, there are the words that are placeholders really for the consciousness. And so one of the things that I've really been hearing from individuals as they've been reflecting upon their experience in the Tablets of Light is that it is a very vibrational experience, that they'll dive in and then they'll take a pause and integrate and dive out and then go back into it. So I would describe it really as like a temple of light, or different tablets of light, like environments. Like if you go into a temple, for example, in Egypt, there's one of the chambers that's dedicated to midwifing or giving birth, and another chamber that's dedicated to magic or healing. And so I think of the book like an energy location. And as we go into the energy location and the environment, then we really have supportive, nourishing, opulent environment that supports us in being more of who we are, more of our full self. And from my experience, I think that really comes from the beings of light being with us in multidimensionality or in totality, inviting us to access more of our facets that we may not be usually accessing. So it's definitely a book to enter into from a place of wholeness, that the mind is included, the emotions, the body, the heart, yet also recognizing that the book is also speaking, the words are speaking really to those parts of us that we may have in a state of dormancy or may not be familiar with. So I would describe it as an energy environment to steep in, just like a tea that steeps.
Yeah, I mean, the chapters are like oracular vision, access, the vision you carry, evolution hologram, the sacred architecture of unity consciousness, cosmic choice, resurrect the energy of infinite choice, ring of inclusion, the path to you in wholeness. I mean, these are wonderful chapters and titles, but when I read the book, it's exactly like you said, it's a multidimensional experience. It is really, if you're trying just to do it intellectually, it's kind of almost overwhelming. So you take it in, you take word by word, and you feel at the same time that energy that is in that phrase or in that word. And, I could just compare it to music. There is this music that really touches you, that moves you, that goes deep, that reaches your heart, and you don't know the notes and you don't see the note sheet. You just feel the sound, and you feel that energy just shifting your vibration. And that's what happens with the book. So there's a lot of knowledge and insights and wisdom, but there is also that dimension of that energy. And when you just read half a page and you feel already some transformation is happening. You read half a page and you already feel like, wow, I just visited some other, reality, a reality that is brighter, that is more whole, there is unity. And it just, feels, every page as you go along, more and more that something inside of you is not only moved, but something inside of you is shifting and expanding and unlocking. It's really a very powerful and unique experience that I'm so really appreciative and happy for you to be able to have this book come through you. So we will talk more about the book, but also we will talk with Thoth after the break. So if you have a question for Danielle, for Thoth, for me, call in, and the call-in number is 888-418-6890, or just send us a message on the dashboard of transformationtalkradio.com. Okay, we'll talk more after the break.
Chris Stanis is a spiritual leader and healer and teaches a course on how you can transform your life through a meditation and healing system that will manifest your spirit's dreams. She manifested the Women of Wisdom Conference, the Women of Wisdom book, and this radio show. And she can show you how to change your life too. Are you ready? Visit the website and contact her at voicesofwomentoday.com. That's voicesofwomentoday.com.
Hi, this is Connie Five, your unstoppable diva, your host of Up or Out with Connie. I am thrilled to be a headline show on C-Suite Network, where you can grow your brand, grow your tribe, and be unstoppable. We are the hottest podcast for entrepreneurs, C-level executives, and market leaders. And you can hear me each week right here on the C-Suite Network. Also on Conscious Business Network, iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, SiriusXM, and over 900 stations around the globe. Be sure to follow me on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. Thanks for listening. Be bold, be connected, and be unstoppable.
Bree Gibbs is a fourth-generation high priestess with the knowledge to raise your vibration and conscious creation. Offering a wide variety of services from goddess light and shamanic healing seminars to private reading sessions, Bree works with you so you too can stand in your own power. Isn't it about time you took your life into your own hands? For more information about Bree's services and products, visit silvergaia.com. That's silvergaia.com.
Plus live your purpose equals joy. That's the motto of Unstuck Joy with Vicki Todd. Vicki believes you were born with gifts that are meant to make the world brighter. Each show will feature an art visioning journal prompt to help you create your way to soul clarity. If you're ready to get unstuck and create more joy, this show is for you. Tune in every month on Transformation Talk Radio. For more information, visit VickiWorldArt.com. Do you feel that there's a bigger, better life for you? Is there anything holding you back from living the life you were meant to live? If you'd like to find your life's true purpose and calling, join the world's foremost authority on primal spirituality, David Carshare, in Becoming a Sun Radio, emotional and spiritual intelligence for a happy, fulfilling life. Tune in once a month to Becoming a Sun Radio with David Carshare on The Dr. Pat Show and Transformation Talk Radio. For more information, visit davidcarshare.com today.
Tune in to the Psychic Professors Show, The Voices of Spirit Radio, with international medium and spirit artist Dr. Susan Barnes on Transformation Talk Radio, featuring a variety of spiritual topics such as psychic art, spiritualism, EVP, psychic development, and mediumship. This hit call-in show provides listeners with breakthrough wisdom to enliven and enlighten their lives. Visit spiritartgallery.net for show days and times.
The Tablets of Light by Danielle Rama Hoffman, the new book that just came out yesterday. So we are celebrating its birthday, and also just showcase it as one of those, I believe, transformational pieces of work that anyone can benefit from. Anyone who just wants to evolve and uplift to another level of personal and spiritual evolution, it is definitely a must read. Now, Danielle, how can people find out more about you, the book, and all of these good things?
Yes. So to get the book, you can go to tabletsoflight.com. tabletsoflight.com. And then when you buy the book on Amazon through the tabletsoflight.com, there's also an emerald tablet swag bag, a bonus gift basket that is a training with Thoth for the price of the book. So that's a great place to also get accompanying material along with the book, as well as some live calls with Thoth. And then, yeah, it's really a thoughtful kind of summer going on here, because I'll also be in Sedona June 2nd through 4th for a weekend with Thoth and friends. And then also starting on the summer solstice, have Thoth's Magic Academy, a year and a day video course that's starting on summer solstice. And if you're interested, you can find out more by going to either tabletsoflight.com, and on the bottom there's a link to my website, divinetransmissions.com, or just going directly to Divine, DIVINE, transmissions.com.
Perfect. And you have so many other things that you're offering that, also in-person trainings and divine light activation that just finished here a few days ago. And I met the participants, literally before and after. And it was just amazing to see how they were glowing and how they were just in a state of constant joy and empowerment and certainty of themselves and their gifts. And I can only imagine how their lives are just up-leveled by that, what they have experienced. And it's certainly one of those life-changing things you can do for yourself. Now, Danielle, we talked about before that we would love to hear from Thoth. Now, when I had another channeler, Paul Selig, on the other day, he said that the guides don't necessarily always want to be showcased or on the stage. Now, I don't think that Thoth has a problem with that.
No, I think that really that he and the guides come in response to our asking, in response to our calling. So every time I've reached out, he's been there. Yeah.
So let's bring him in. Bring him on.
Okay. Hello, dear ones. It is I, Thoth, with the Council of Light, that are moving more into the forefront of this divine transmission. And it is a delight to be together in this now moment and to be witnessing together the opening of the emerald tablets in celebration of this delightful conversation. So you may have an awareness of the emerald tablets opening, and you can ask the part of you that knows how that awareness may come to you, and that the tablets of light are also being placed on the altar and opening as well. So it's like walking into an environment where you can be picking up those tablets that really are nourishing and supporting for your system. So as we're tuning into this particular group, there is the tablet of light that is in the book, The Tablets of Light, about vibrational autonomy that's coming forward the most fluidly. And vibrational autonomy is really inviting you to be your unique self, to be being your brilliance, to be being your signature energy and your consciousness. And that as the earth has evolved and is continuing to evolve in consciousness, the shift from separation consciousness or survival consciousness that everyone is fitting in or flying under the radar in order to survive is evolving to really the recognition of what we're talking about, vibrational autonomy, you standing out in your uniqueness, you really expressing your unique divine light mission. And that also, just like in the solar system, Mars is Mars and Jupiter is Jupiter and Saturn is Saturn and the central sun is the central sun and Venus is Venus, that there's awareness that you can be in vibrational autonomy, so you can be really in tune with your you without falling into or in training to your environment, kind of merging with the environment by really recognizing that vibrational autonomy is one in which you can be calibrating to your own system. So, for example, in the Council of Light book, we speak about it in terms of the peace ray, and that the peace ray is an energy stream that you can call upon that creates an illusion-free zone, and that the peace ray is especially great for those that are highly sensitive, highly empathic, so that you can really be in your own frequency and vibration. And vibrational autonomy is like that as well. So we would invite you to turn up or tune up and turn on the volume of your unique vibration, your unique essence. And we speak about this in the Tablets of Light in the analogy that if you are a pineapple, to be your most succulent, sun-ripened, juicy, pineapple-y self that's possible. So the invitation is anywhere that you may have been being a diluted version of yourself, if you choose to really become the undiluted version of yourself, to be turning up your connection to yourself, to you being your full expressed, vibrationally autonomous self. So that is the opening transmission that would be brought forth, and we're happy to go in any direction, Friedemann, that you may have, or open up for any questions that may come in as well.
Now, one of the questions that came in is, how do you even recognize your essence? What is actually a way to feel that essential being self?
Beautiful question. And sometimes as we talk about signature energy, there can be that similar question of, well, what does that mean? How does one recognize one's signature energy? How does one recognize one's essence? And one of the ways that we really love to speak about this is that you are unique, that you have a unique, and this is also some of the tablets in the book, that you have a unique divine design, which includes your particular gifts and talents, your genius, your divine light mission, the oracular vision that you carry. And then you also have a universal divine design, which those universal principles are ones that are carried by many. So it is a little bit like individualized oneness, the awareness of that which makes you uniquely you, also in the backdrop of unity or in wholeness. And that one of the ways that we speak about this is that the more that you have turned on your essence, and one of the ways you can recognize your essence is kind of that sensation that if, for example, someone that you knew was going to be walking into a room, let's say 15 people that you know go outside of a room and you're inside of the room, and then one's going to come in, and their signature energy or their essence is how you can recognize them before they even come in, like their presence, and that it is very much like a fingerprint or a snowflake or a key, and that through your essence, through your signature energy, you're unlocking those perfect experiences. So you can start as well with your physical body of recognizing that which makes you unique, the color of your eyes, your hair, your hands, and then widen that to what's the feeling tone. If you were a color, what color would that be? If you were a sound, what sound would that be? So there's lots of ways to recognize your essence, and it may also be that you recognize something that you had as a child, for example, that was more of that pure radiating essence. So we'd invite you to ask that part of you that knows to support you in recognizing your signature energy in your dictionary, in your way, because it's going to be different for each of you. You may be more kinesthetic or auditory or visual.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And is it, when you talk about vibrational autonomy, isn't it, especially for sensitive people, difficult to keep that autonomy, to not entrain with the people around them, to not pick up other people's energy? And what's the recommendation there?
Vibrational autonomy is the recommendation there, and that, yes, absolutely, for those that are empathic, it can be so much easier to know what somebody else may want without really realizing what it is that you want. So we like to speak about creating and sharing your gifts and talents, which is also a lot of what we speak about in the book, that you have a unique vision that you carry, that you came here to express something, and that creating can be a beautiful way to amplify vibrational autonomy. Because as you're creating something, whether it's a meal or a book or whatever it may be, there's that sense of really being connected to who it is that you are on the deepest levels. So vibrational autonomy is also a choice, and this is another tablet that we speak about is cosmic choice. And where is it that you may be choosing to merge rather than being in vibrational autonomy, and then to make a new choice if you choose to be in that vibrational autonomy. So it can be practice at first as well to redevelop that skill.
Now, there is an exercise that either Danielle or the Thoth and the team would like to lead us through. Would that be possible, about vibrational autonomy?
Yes. And so, as there is the invitation to really enter into your vibrational autonomy, you can begin with taking a few breaths and notice that your breath is unique to you, that your breath is unique to you. So there is the energetic consciousness being provided to unwind and unravel any entanglements or distractions or repetitive patterns of leaving your unique essence, of separating from you for any reason. So we're bringing forward the energetic consciousness to unwind from any reason you may choose to separate from yourself. For we know that you've had a desire to be reconnected to source consciousness, to be at one with this beauty of the divine, to evolve personally and spiritually. At the same time as you've held that choice, that decision, that desire, you also wanted to hold on to being a diluted, smaller version of yourself. It doesn't work like that. Being resourced and a diluted version of yourself doesn't go together. For as you know yourself as source, as you know yourself as enlightened, as you know yourself as fully realized, you reclaim being the juiciest, most exquisite pineapple that's ever existed. So take a few breaths and engage your conscious choice to include back into the ring of inclusion anywhere that you've been holding yourself separate from you. Include any infrastructures within which these patterns resided back into the wholeness. Step into your full vibrational autonomy. Step into your full vibrational autonomy. Step into your full vibrational autonomy. Engaging your conscious choice to step into your full vibrational autonomy. Are you choosing to step into your full vibrational autonomy? To complete this exercise, bring your awareness back to your breath. Breathing in your essence, breathing out your essence. Being in the full vibrational autonomy that's you. Beautiful. So as there has been this exercise in vibrational autonomy, knowing that it really is something that's fostered by being in the environment of the tablets of light. Great. So we're open to any other questions, or comments, reflections.
Now, what I noticed is that it is not so easy always to choose. Also throughout the book, a lot of the chapters are requiring choice, really making a choice. And this is empowering because I believe too often we believe that we don't have a choice and that we are basically just going through the motions or basically having to live on autopilot. So given a choice is powerful, but it's also something that at the same time, is maybe unfamiliar. So choosing the autonomy. So the question that came up for me is that choosing or that choice of my, my signature energy, is that choice already enough? Or is there more that needs to be done?
Yeah, beautiful question. So this is Danielle moving back into the forefront, and I'm just looking at the Cosmic Choice chapter. And there's a written exercise in the Cosmic Choice chapter of really owning our choices. And that can be a great way to start. And having this written exercise where you just take 10 or 15 minutes and really write down all the areas in your life, and to do it from that place of saying, like, I have chosen, I am choosing, I choose. So it may be, I have been choosing to be exhausted, I have been choosing to be too busy, I've been choosing to have a career that I love, I've been choosing to be in this loving relationship. Like, really just filling in that blank to foster that reconnection with the choice that you're talking about. Because sometimes not choosing can be overlooked as a choice. And to really uncover our choice once again, it is important. And that the team often asks that, like, are you choosing? Are you choosing? Are you choosing? And that the Tablets of Light really supports the process to be able to have full access to our choice as well, because we're always choosing to be connected to ourselves or to be disconnected to ourselves, and then to access that greater choice. So I love that exercise because it kind of unwinds and deepens that capacity to choose again.
Why would we choose to be disconnected from ourselves?
Wow. Well, that's a big question to kind of be completing on. Yet there.
You have 1 minute.
Yeah, really, that's the foundation of separation consciousness that we incarnated in, was all about that choice to be disconnected, and to see it as rocket fuel to be included into oneness, or to be included into the wholeness, so that we can be in evolution, in unity consciousness. Yeah.
But isn't it also true that sometimes we choose to be disconnected from ourselves because we are preferring to be part of the tribe rather than being our unique self, and that is part of the choice we are making at times?
And it may not have seemed like a choice in survival consciousness. So I think that's also a really exciting thing about this now moment, is that we can choose to be our unique, brilliant selves.
Well, Danielle, I think we have about 5 or 6 hours more to talk about just this chapter. But thank you so much for being on this program today. And once again, how can people find out more about the book and about you?
Thank you so much. Tabletsoflight.com. And when you buy the book on Amazon, you also receive an emerald swag bag, a training with Thoth. Thank you, Friedemann. It's been amazing.
Thank you, Danielle, and thank you, Thoth, and thank you for listening to Empowerment Radio. I hope you will stay in this vibrational autonomy until next time. And if you have any questions or comments, just send us an email at info@thefearandanxietysolution.com. Take care. Blessings. Goodbye.
You've been listening to Empowerment Radio with Dr. Friedemann Schaub. Join Dr. Friedemann the first and third Wednesday each month at 11 a.m. Pacific as he addresses some of the most prevailing challenges of our daily lives. Discover how you can use the power of your mind to overcome stress, anxiety, and overwhelm, and create a solid foundation of confidence and self-esteem. Learn cutting-edge tools so that you can approach every day with great ease, joy, and purpose. To learn more about what Dr. Schaub can do for you, visit thefearandanxietysolution.com.